And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today, I'm excited to talk to you guys about the 80-hour work week. Okay, this is the opposite of what the mainstream is pushing on the people these days. A book, 4-Hour Work Week, was very popular the last few years, written by a guy named Tim Ferriss. I read half of the book and I was just like, this is just not me. Like, I understand the passive income aspect. I love the passive income aspect. However, okay, as a masculine man, your desire should be to provide solutions for people on a massive scale. And you focusing not only on enjoying your life, but making work and serving other people the enjoyment of your life. Okay, because that's where you get the most amount of happiness possible, when you serve a bunch of people, the masses. Okay, if you look at Tim Ferriss, he's an awesome guy. He's written several books and he's doing amazing things as an entrepreneur. He's solving problems. Guess what? He works a lot, even though he's enjoying his life. The fact that, like, He's basically giving the easy route to people while he's taking the hard route himself. Like, that's ridiculous. The people that are reading his books are hoping that they can get a quick fix where they can, like, oh, I could just work 4 hours a week and just enjoy the rest of my life. That's feminine. Masculinity is working hard and smart in order for you to create passive income that continuously flows to you so that you can reinvest in building more businesses and more solutions for people, so that you can get more money, so that you can build more solutions for people, etc., etc., etc. You want power. You won't develop power when you're just working 4 hours a week. Like, does that make sense? Like, this Grant Cardone talks about this. He's like, this is disgusting for Grant Cardone, the 4-hour work week. And I completely agree with him. Do you understand? Masculinity is understanding your true masculine potential in what you could achieve if you put all of your heart and intensity and emotion and thought and focus into what you want to achieve. And it's a lifelong goal. Okay, it's not just about solving an itty-bitty problem that becomes, huge and it helps millions of people and now you're done. No. Once you've solved a problem for millions of people, now it's time to think 10 millions of people, 100 millions of people, billions of people. Do you understand? Masculinity, you will never arrive. And that's a good thing. You want to be passionate, fired up outside your brain for your entire life. And then you spice up your life with, fun, itty-bitty things here and there with your, with your team, with your people, with those that you love. Going out on vacation for like a week is awesome when you've worked 50 hours or 51 hours, 50 weeks the rest of the year. Do you understand what I mean? Like, I'm so fired up about work that I don't enjoy vacation. Like, I wish there was no vacation, like a lot of the times. And my wife suffers a little bit because of this, but that's just because she doesn't have the 2 other women and 3 girls in love. If she had the 2 other women and 3 girls in love, her life would be a vacation. Okay, you might have noticed, if you talk to married guys who are masculine, they want to work and keep working and work more. And then their wives are like, oh, we need a vacation. You need a vacation. No, you don't. As a man, you want to work continuously all the time. The woman wants a vacation. Why? Because she's out. She's like a fish out of water because her environment is supposed to be a vacation. Do you understand what I mean? That's what her environment should be, always. If you understand masculinity and femininity, if you're feminine, you want a break. You want a vacation. You want to do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. Right now, that's not what's going to help you to reach your potential. What's going to help you reach your potential is working the 80-hour work week. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get into it. First of all, we got to understand the big picture. What's the big picture? Well, In the beginning, there's 5 phases of leadership, right? I've explained them before. Number 1, allow yourself to be led. Number 2, lead yourself. Number 3, lead a team. Number 4, lead women, lead kids. Okay? So leading women and leading kids is not the time for that right now. It is a massive, huge, the biggest distraction from you achieving your dreams and goals. If you understood the potential that you could have if you temporarily, just for a short period of time, lived voluntary celibacy with semen retention, so you don't need sex anymore, you don't need women anymore. Like, you understand the aspect of investing early rather than later, and the exponential growth that you get if you invest early rather than late. Because if you understand how that works, the seventh wonder of the world, which is exponential growth, then you would understand that temporarily it is a very, very good idea to postpone women so that I can focus on the task at hand and use women as a motivation for achieving my dreams and goals right now and get the exponential growth curve without interacting romantically with women right now. So you're using women as a motivation, basically the mirage of your 3 girls in love in the future that you're gonna have in just a few short years' time. Okay? If you take massive action now and build your financial wealth without any girl right now. Okay? That's the first aspect, understanding the big picture. And what you want to do in the beginning is to work 3 jobs if you don't already have a massive business that gives you tons of money and that is already swamping all of your time. If you already have that, which I have one of my clients who's become very successful, which is Luista. You guys have heard about him several times. You know, check out his channel. And on his Instagram, but he's swamped with a lot of things to do, even though he's replaced himself and he's got 3 basically full-time employees now, and I'm working and helping him in his business, selling and all that stuff. He's got tons of things to do and tons of money coming in, so that's good. But if you're not at that point, but you're unemployed or you're not working very much, or maybe you are on the 4-hour work week, what do you need to do? Number 1 is to get 3 jobs ASAP. You want to get to, as soon as possible, working 60 to 70 hours within those 3 jobs. That's the overall picture. Why? Because 1, you want to apply semen retention to your life. Semen retention is going to give you the energy to keep going and to overcome rejection and to accomplish your purposes and to be fired up outside your brain and also be able to live without women romantically for a temporary amount of time. If you don't manage to practice semen retention, this journey towards masculinity becomes extremely difficult and, in fact, impossible. You've got to practice semen retention if you're going to achieve your potential. It's a non-negotiating thing, okay? And what people struggle with is that if they're not working a lot, then semen retention becomes difficult because they're at home all the time and, you know, it's immediate gratification on their screen, on their phone, or on their computer. So to watch that stuff, right? Like, you want to be at work all of the time. If you are now working 3 jobs, I'm explaining the overall picture now, then you can also now start your side hustle. The side hustle will be the remainder, the 10-20 hours extra on top of the 3 jobs or the 2 jobs, okay? If you manage to get a lot of shifts or it's full time basically mostly in both jobs, then you can forget about the 3rd one. You understand? But you just need to fill up 60 to 70 hours with working for others, allowing yourself to be led. And then now you're beginning to lead yourself on those hours next to those full-time jobs, next to those 60 to 70 hours, those 10 to 20 hours a week, which are the most important hours of your week, your free time. Your free time is the time to put yourself in gear to massively achieve your side hustle, your side business, and help that to grow to the next level. Because that's your exit strategy. If you don't work on your side hustle next to your jobs and your 60 to 70 hours, then you'll never get out of the 60 to 70 hours. Okay, it's possible if you live the FIRE movement, okay, which is financially independent, retire early, but you want to think big, you want to think huge. You don't want to just think about passive income, work 10 years and then now I can live the rest of my life without working. Feminine lifestyle. That's the FIRE movement, okay? You want to think huge, big, conglomerate, massive business. And if you do that, then you want to learn discipline of how it is to work 80-hour work weeks on your business. Because very often guys start up their businesses and they quit their jobs and it's a huge mess because they're not disciplined and they're not practicing semen retention and they've got their wives and kids and there's too many things going on in their lives and they never manage to build up their business successfully. Building a business is easy. It's so fast too if you've got a product or service that other people want. It's just about the numbers game of how many people are you asking to if they want your service and product. That's the problem, that people are not selling. People are not going out building their businesses at all, okay? So you've got the 10 to 20 hours. That's going to help you to build your business, build the income in your business to allow you to set aside one of the jobs so that you only have your full-time job. And when you now make double or triple than your full-time job and there's so much happening in your business, then you can get rid of the 3 jobs, okay? So yeah, I've explained this so many times in the past videos, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys get the big picture if you haven't been on this channel. Another principle that I explain is if you want something done, okay, this is an eternal principle. If you want something done, give the task to someone who doesn't have the time to do it. You want to be that guy on the receiving end who receives tasks because you don't have time to achieve them. That's a compliment. When people come to you, can you do this? And then you have to say, no, I don't have time. I have to prioritize what's most important in terms of achieving my dreams and goals. I have to say, no, I'm sorry. I just can't. Okay? You want to be that guy who is so busy that it's impossible to get hold of you. It's impossible to text you. Why aren't you answering your phone? Why aren't you answering your messages? Why aren't you this, that, and the other? Why aren't you going with me to church? Why aren't you going with me and doing this, that, and the other? You are building a conglomerate over time right now and temporarily having other jobs because you're allowing yourself to be led first so that you can move on to phase number 2, which is leading yourself so that you eventually can lead a team. That's the whole goal in business, is to lead a team. Don't just be a one-man show like Graham Stephan, building up basically his massive YouTube channel and being a real estate agent. Now he's got millions of dollars and he's not spending any of it, meaning it's basically just building up the hugest companies in the Vanguard index. What, are you kidding me? You've got millions of dollars. You could build a conglomerate. I'm just like, bro, it's so feminine. You're massively rich, but you're not building up your conglomerate and your team and creating solutions for masses of people. Do you understand what I mean? It's selfish. But it's selfish in the bad way. I love Graham Stephan. He's awesome. Okay, he's probably gonna be a really good friend. But I would be really going into him and saying, bro, think bigger, think huge. Okay, if you can manage before the age of 30 to get $6 million in net worth, do you understand how much you could create long term? But now you're just, enjoying your life, 4-hour working. But he's actually working a lot, okay? So I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just use other people. You're limited by your hours. Hire people so that you can expand, make it bigger. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. You want cash while you build your business, and there's several reasons why. One is because you want the ability to invest in your business and to make it grow and to invest in marketing and to invest in whatever things that you need to learn. For example, courses, but be very wise in the courses and coaches that you hire, because very often they can be very expensive and suddenly you've lost your money, but you've learned. Okay, so you didn't lose, but you've learned, but be wise about what you invest in at the same time. But you want to be investing in yourself, okay? That's one aspect, and that's why you're going out there building those jobs. Number 2 is to have security and safety, that no matter what, you've got backup cash. That's good. And then also the other aspect is hedging yourself from the fiat collapses that are going to come within the next few years in the dollar and in the other currencies that are worldwide. Okay, this is basically the end of the fiat timeline, okay, where there are going to be a lot of currency collapses, and you are hedging yourself with gold, silver, or Bitcoin, in my opinion. Not financial advice, do your own research. And then the other aspect is right now, why you want to have those, that money coming in by working a lot, even if it's minimum wage, it's better than not working, okay? Why do you want it? Right now, there's some huge things happening in the altcoin forest, okay? In the cryptocurrency space, this is going to be the biggest bull market in the cryptocurrency space that there's going to be in a very, very long time. Because why? Institutional investors and governments and a lot of whales are those with a lot of cash, are entering into the space of cryptocurrency all at the same time. It wasn't the same 4 years ago when Bitcoin went to 20K. It was not the same, okay? Because institutions weren't there, the governments weren't there. It's just basically normal, average guys that were FOMOing, okay, fear of missing out, into Bitcoin. And so it massively became a bubble, and then it crashed, and it hasn't recovered ever since, which was basically 3.5 years ago. Now we're entering into a new time, but this time it's proven. It's legit. Cryptocurrency has been accepted by millions of people worldwide, including governments beginning to okay, we got to be careful with this one because that might replace our fiat currency, and so we got to make sure that we are getting ahead ourselves. So governments are going to invest in Bitcoin too eventually, and institutions are going to do that too, etc., etc., etc. This is the time. The next 18 months are crucial in that manner, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then check out Ivan.ONTRACC. Again, I did a huge thing about that in the last video. Check that out. Ivan.ONTRACC explains a lot of these things of what's happening in the cryptocurrency space, and you don't want to miss out. So the best thing would be for, if you don't know what kind of business you want to create, go into understanding blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. Because if you learn programming from Ivan.ONTRACC, and you do that on the side of you having those 60 to 70 hours of working for other people, man, you are massively moving towards success. I'm telling you, this is the next internet age. Okay, internet basically came out in 1991 or something, and it didn't become huge before 10 to 15 years later, right? It's the exact same thing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It started in 2009, if I believe correctly, and now things are beginning to happen. The next 10 years are going to be massive, and if you are ahead of the crowd, I'm so fired up for you, man. It's going to be awesome. So, what are you going to do to achieve the 80-hour work week? Get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. If you don't have the power, the capacity, the ability to work 80 hours a week, and you're like, I just can't because I've got this excuse, and this excuse is really important. I can't work 80 hours a week, You've got to understand that every distraction are equal, okay? All distractions are equal because it's stopping you from achieving your full potential. It needs to stop. So you got to get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. What are some things you need to get rid of? Again, the women. Away. Romantic relationships. Forget about it. I'm not interested right now. And guess what? Inside your head, I'm gonna find someone a lot better, because in the next 2 years, my power and my confidence is gonna massively increase. So the women that I'm gonna be able to attract in the future is gonna be way better than the women that I attract now, which means that the itty bitty pleasure I get right now from the women that I'm with right now, compared to the women that you're gonna get in the future, and the ability to attract 3 and retain 3, it's mind-blowing. Get away. Don't stay with the romantic relationships right now. I'm serious. All of you guys, except for those that are married and have committed and have kids with the women that you're with, you just gotta figure it out. Other than that, also, if you're over 18, avoid anything that your parents want you to do. Take this seriously. Rebel against your parents. It is crucial. If you're over 18 years old, Get the heck out of there. Okay? Because they're controlling your life. They're your government. In addition to the government, in addition to your bosses at work, in addition to your religious leaders. Everyone is telling you what to do, right? Including me. But I'm just saying, for me, I'm telling you to achieve your potential. I'm not telling you to do this itty bitty thing for people and go paint my bedroom and can you take care of the baby today? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do blah, blah, blah? You have the capacity to be the solution for millions of people, and you're now being stuck doing itty-bitty, menial tasks that are not going to help millions of people. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you could hire other people who suck compared to you to do those menial tasks for those people that you love, right? Instead of you helping your mom with the groceries, which you don't have time to do if you had a job, then over time, eventually you can have a full-time employee working for your mom, right? Or buy her a house, or do all those things that need to get done. If you understand what I'm talking about, because I'm saying that you are wasting your time helping people that you love with the small itty-bitty things when you can help those that you love with the big things if you just took some 2 years' time to develop that 80-hour work week with the side hustle. Do you understand what I mean? Like, get rid of what you don't want. Unless you actually enjoy doing all of the stuff that I mentioned. But still, if you enjoy it, but you're not enjoying the work aspect of really working out there and solving problems and getting rejection, because that's what business is all about, then you're going to be stuck in your feminine ways. So let's move on. Let's get away from it. Getting rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. I mentioned religious leaders. If you're part of a church that's telling you what to do all the time, and you got to do this, and you got to visit them, and you got to do that, it's a waste of time. I'm telling you right now, I'm doing God's will. No, you're not. Probably not. God wants you to literally go out and serve the millions with the profit motive as a capitalist, so that you can get more power, so you can reinvest in people and voluntarily lead them to their own success. Okay? God wants us all to be rich. All of us. And it's something that we can help other people achieve. Is it possible for all of us to get rich? Yes, it is. Okay? At least rich in happiness. Okay? At least rich in not having to worry about not providing for ourselves or not being able to pay. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there should be no poor among us. But the way that we solve that problem is not through force or socialism or stealing from the rich. It is by the rich becoming richer so that they can reinvest in the people, so that they can reinvest in employees and in solving people's problems, and then reinvest in other people's problems. Do you understand what I mean? Capitalism is what's going to make everyone rich, and none of the people will be poor. If you understand those aspects, okay? Avoid friends that don't have any ambitions. Okay, if you got guys who are like, yeah, man, why are you doing that? Why are you working so much? Bro, join us in the beach. Bro, can you, like, come on, man. Like, we got to go bowling. We got to do this, that, and the other. Come and smoke weed. Like, dude, you don't have time for this crap. Get rid of those friends. Block them on your phone. Like, bro, like, let's go. Like, you know, try to get them with you. Show them this channel. Get them excited. Get them riled up of the millions of dollars that they can get if they just simply got into the right mind space. If they don't want to join you, then sayonara. See you later, because you've got goals to achieve and they don't. Okay? And you become like those you spend time with. So if you spend time with them continuously and over, and you only spend an hour a day with me, guess who's going to drown your voices out, right? The guys that you spend the most time with are the people that are going to make you, you know. This is why even when you have a full-time job, you're going to be with co-workers and people who don't think like you, right? That's going to be a problem as well. So you want to be with those employees at the same time as you've got friends and family who are being negative about your process. No, you need to put your plugs in here, okay? Order premium and whatever on YouTube so that you can listen to me ad-free and listen to me throughout the entire day to fire you up and to dilute all the other voices that you have in there. Because we need to make you move towards your goals and dreams. Let's see. Get rid of public schooling. Get rid of college. Get rid of any form of education that's designed to try to help you get a job. Okay? You can get a job right now. It doesn't require a college education to get a job. Get a job, because the jobs that you're going to have right now, if you're consistent on the daily basis in your business, the jobs are only going to be there for the next 6 to maximum 12 months. That's it. You'll never have a job, okay, just over broke, ever again for the rest of your life. How long did it take for Luista to quit his full-time job working for his parents when he started coaching with me? 2 months. Less than 2 months, he was out of there. Okay, do you understand? You should not think that, oh, I need to have a job. I need to have, the 3 jobs that Joseph's telling me about, and the next 5 years, I'm going to have those 3 jobs. No, we're talking 6 months to maximum 12 months if you take those 10 to 20 hours a week seriously in terms of building up your side hustle, building up your business. And if you're not succeeding within 6 months in building up your side hustle and getting momentum, then you're doing something seriously wrong and you need a coach. Okay? Because you're not working on the right things, obviously. The one thing that should take 99% of your time when you're working on your side hustle is not planning, not reading books, not all that stuff. What you need to be doing is selling. Selling all of the time. You've got a mediocre product or service. That's great. I'd rather you have a mediocre product and sell, market all of the time to get feedback from people so that you can improve the product and service. Do you understand what I mean? Rather than you having an amazing product or service and you not doing any sales and marketing. Do you understand how it works? You've got to, it doesn't matter how amazing of a product or service you have if no one knows about it. Everyone needs to know about it, and that's why you need to get better at sales and marketing. Okay? And then you can keep it cheap. Keep it cheap in the beginning so that you're working for free, basically, but that's okay because you're getting valuable feedback from the people who hate your product. And we're like, dude, it sucks. Why are you selling this to me? You scammed me. Okay, here's your money back. Okay? Valuable feedback. Thank you. I'm fired up, excited because now I'm moving forward. Let's go. Let's see. Video games, movies, exercise. Interesting. I've got guys. I had a client basically who told me that, bro, I'm excited about this movement. I'm excited about getting a job, but I exercise twice a day. Yeah, and I love exercise. And I'm like, bro, quit the exercise. At least don't do 2 a days. That's ridiculous. You don't have a job yet. You need to be out there and getting those 3 jobs because it's ridiculous. Exercise 30 minutes once a day. That's it. That's enough. Okay? Because in the future, once you've got the cash, once you got the momentum in your business, you can hire any personal trainer, any martial arts coach, anyone that you want in the future to make you look the way you want to look for your women. Since you're not going to romantically involve women in your life right now, who cares how buff you look like? Have you seen Vitalik? Okay? The guy who basically started up Ethereum. Have you seen Bill Gates and all of those guys? Okay, they're basically like me. Okay, you can become rich without having to look like, a bodybuilder. It's ridiculous. You're doing that because you want to look good for the women. It's a waste of time right now. Right now, it's time to work. Right now, it's time to serve. Right now, it's time to get into the 80-hour work week. Okay? If you enjoy hobbies like dancing, singing, and playing the guitar and stuff like that, it's a waste of time unless that's your job. Get a job at a music store where you can basically play all day and basically impress your customers to the point where they want to buy something from you. Do you understand what I mean? Trying to help you understand what you're wasting your time on. You're wasting your time on things that you enjoy doing, but you could achieve massive potential by exponentially growing your business. Choose your hobby as your business then, right? Unless it's extremely feminine, because then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you're unemployed, bro, I'm unemployed and I'm struggling to get jobs, so I can't work 80 hours a week. This is the perfect time for you to work 80 hours a week. There's no one controlling your time. There's no one telling you what to do, which means this is the time to work 80 hours a week at getting those 3 jobs. Okay, what does that mean? It basically means that you go out on a daily basis and you don't come home before you've worked 12 hours that day getting a job. Why are you stuck at home at 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning when there are shops open, when there are restaurants open, when there's stuff open for you to get a job from? Do you understand what I mean? If you're unemployed, you should be working harder than those that have 3 jobs. Because you don't have a job, which means that you're working for free, right? As an unemployed, you're working for free when you're applying for applications. No one's paying you for that. So we need to get out of that situation as fast as possible, because it's ridiculous that you're not getting paid for work that you're doing, which is selling yourself. You're trying to sell yourself as an unemployed person, and you only manage to give out 5 applications per day? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Like, it takes me literally 10 minutes to give out 5 applications if I wanted to apply for a job. 10 minutes. Why? Because you run from shop to shop. Do you have your daily, do you have your manager here? Here. Hi, I want a job here. When can I start? I would love to start Monday. Hey, can I start Monday? I'm fired up, excited outside my brain, and I'm a very, very quick learner, man. Can I start today? Are you like, I'm ready, man. And he's like, oh yeah, sure. Like, let me think about it a little bit. I'll give you a call back. You know what? I'm going to be back tomorrow. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. And then you run to the next shop, and you run to the next one, and you run to the next one. Use your time wisely. Be fired up outside your brain and start running. Let's go towards your dreams and goals. Next one. Let's see. Location. Okay, you want to make sure that all of your 3 jobs preferably are in the same vicinity of each other. Why? It just makes sense, right? Logistics. Why would you want a job here that's in this town and then another job 30 minutes away? That's going to take you 1 hour every single day that you transfer from one job to the next job. Do you know, like, if for 6 months, if you do that 6 months, that's like 150 hours that you could have been doing something else that's more productive with your time. Do you understand what I mean? Like, go to a mall. Okay, maybe there's a lot of malls closed in your situation. By the way, the corona situation is not an excuse, okay? You can still work 12 hours a day in applying for jobs even though the corona situation is there. Okay? It's ridiculous to blame it on that. But do you understand? Within 5-minute radius, that's what I did when I came back from South Africa in 2007. I basically, I got a mall, which is basically 500 meters away from my house. And guess what? I'm going to get 3 jobs there. You know what happened? I got 3 jobs there within the 5-minute vicinity. And basically, I had to run upstairs when I went to the next job. So I was at the first job in the beginning, and then I went to the next job in the second floor. Do you understand what I mean? Like, that's effective. That's time, that's being efficient with your time so that you can continuously make money faster and better. Location. And that's one of the reasons why I say that offline applications are the absolute best. People will tell you, you just need to apply online. Okay? You're going to reply to those people and say, no, I want a job here right now. I don't have time to apply online, but thank you for the invitation. Do I really have to apply online because I really want this job? I'm fired up outside my brain. Understand that it's all about people skills. You can easily convince a guy. It's easier for the guy. Let's say a guy puts out an ad and he wants someone to work at his shop or restaurant. You come into that shop and he's already put it out online and he spent time putting it out on there. So he's like, just apply online because there's like 100 applicants online and I just want all of you to apply online. Well, if you're good at people skills and you tell him why it's best to hire you in ahead of all of those hundreds of people that have applied online, guess what? If you're just a little bitty better in people skills than what other people are, then he's going to say, you know what the heck? I don't want to go through all those hundreds of applications that are coming in online anyway, so I guess you could start. When can you start? Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's so easy for him to just make the decision that let's screw the online thing. So let's start working, because then I don't have to go through all the interviews and go through all those sucky people that, suck. Paperwork. Guys don't like to do paperwork. Do offline applications. You take your paper and you deliver it hand to hand, to hand, to hand, to hand. To all those general managers, okay? Do it wisely. This is the best way to get ahead if you want to apply for jobs. Okay, last thing, one of the last things, of course. Lunches. This is going to be your biggest excuse once you start the 12-hour regimen. Either whether you're unemployed right now or you have 3 jobs. Oh, I get so tired. My brain can't function after I've worked for 6 hours. I don't know how people work for 12 hours. I can't do it. Nutrition. It's the only thing that you're lacking, okay? And the 30-minute exercise in the morning or 15-minute, whatever it is that you do to get your heart rate up, okay? That's the exercise is good. It's important. But you don't need 2 hours at the gym, like I mentioned in the beginning. And then the other aspect, which is nutrition. You need food. Be wise with your food. Eat stuff that is not sugary because that's going to give you a boom. And then you're going to crash and burn afterwards, right? You want something that can help you to be consistent. Consistency is key so that you're able to work for 12 hours. Do you understand what I mean? That needs to be planned. If you're gonna succeed working 80 hours a week, you need to think like a CEO. CEOs have food available at all times, okay? And they have, whatever snacks available at all times, and they have it ready to go. They don't need to go, do you understand what I mean? Be wise with that. Make a huge 10 bread sandwich or 10 slices of sandwiches at your house in the morning before you go out. So you don't have to go back home and spend an hour going back home and then getting distracted with the computer or with your phone or watching a movie or whatever it is. You want to be out of your house all the time. All the time. Okay? Morning, you leave. Okay? After you've prepared yourself, exercised, and done your whatever preparing. And then you're out. And you stay out for 12 hours. Okay? Because then you won't nap. You won't, get distracted. You'll stay out there, do your lunch, and I haven't gotten my 3 jobs yet, so guess what? I'm going to get my lunch in, 15-minute break, and then I'm going to go out there again. Do you understand what I mean? Become masculine. Compress time. You don't want to be spending 2 years applying for jobs. And you don't want to be getting unemployment benefits. If you're getting unemployment benefits, cut it off. Okay? Just simply for your mentality to become stronger. I don't want to be provided for. As a masculine man, you do not want to be provided for. Ever. By anyone. Okay? And if you do get some extra cash from your father or something because he's a nice guy, then just take a little bit in order for you to survive, to get you the food necessary in order for you to get the 3 jobs. Do you understand what I mean? And tell him, I'm going to pay you back with my first paycheck. That's it. Other than that, never accept money from anyone because that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable when people borrow money, and suddenly you've lost count of how many people you owe money to. You don't want that. You want to be masculine. You want to know exactly who you have agreements with, and that's it. And then you pay them back, and then you move on because every single person that you owe money to is a burden. And if you're extremely burdened by promises that you haven't kept, etc., you've got to clear that out of the way. Get rid of your debts, okay? So that you can move forward exponentially and have an extra, step in your step, if that makes sense. Anyway, so how many applications could you do a day if you're unemployed? I'm talking to unemployed people here because there's a lot of unemployment right now. There's a lot of unemployment going to happen in the next 2 years. And this is the channel to come to if you're unemployed. Because I'm going to get you fired up outside your brain. If you're unemployed right now, how many applications should you do? If you have 1 job right now, how many applications should you do? Okay? You can do 50 a day. If you follow the system that I've explained now about getting a job, you can do 50 applications per day. Every day. Every day. You basically get this nice, wonderful piece of paper with your resume, the small itty-bitty things you've accomplished in your life, and then your personal information so that they can contact you. But don't believe that anyone's going to ever contact you back. You've got to follow up with every person who is halfway a little bit positive because they're not going to call you back. Okay, that's just not normal in the sales world that people call you back. You're like, I've applied, I'm waiting for them to respond. It's been 5 days. Oh, it's been a week. It's been 3 months, and I hope that they will respond. They're never going to respond, okay? If they don't call you, like, within 5 minutes of looking at your applications, they're not going to call you back. And guess what? 99% of the people are not going to call you back, right? So you simply have to follow up. You've got to apply for 50 applications per day. If you can do 100, which you can, you could do 200 if you're completely unemployed. But none of you guys are ever going to do that. But you could if you wanted to, okay? I'm just saying compress time, okay? It's going to be more painful. It's going to be more lonely. It's going to be more cryy, okay? But you're going to be achieving your purposes. And what you will have learned is to overcome yourself. Overcome the yapping in your brain, okay? The inner bitch, you're destroying it. You're killing it. So that you can control your thoughts, control your emotions, and control your future. Your eternal destiny is in your hands. You decide what you want to do with your life. You design it the way you want it, but it's going to require work, and it's going to require you being fired up outside your brain and happy. Happiness is the precursor of success. I'm fired up about your success. Be part of the Men of High Value movement. Make sure you sign up on SWISSBORG with the link below where you can get up to $100, €100 free worth of Bitcoin. And let's get it rolling, guys. I'll see you in the next one.